Good morning, students. Welcome back to Discrete Mathematical Structure. I was explaining you about quantifiers. What is quantifier? I clearly explained you in last class. Observe these examples. All squares are rectangles. For every integer x square is a non-negative integer. Some determinants are equal to 0. There exists a real number whose square is equal to itself. If you observe carefully these propositions, words all, for every, some, there exist. These words related to quantity. So I call it as quantifiers. Words all, every, some, there exists are associated with the idea of quantity. Such words are called quantifiers. Next, last class we studied in detail this. Suppose words comes like for or all or every, we were writing by this syntax, this symbol. Am I right? Yeah. This symbol that's called universe. This symbol that is called universal quantifier. Suppose this says quantity related word says like there exists or some, okay, that is like this syntax you are writing, that is called existential quantifiers. We are writing by these existential quantifiers. Last class we studied in detail. If you have any doubts, please go through that videos. Now I wanted to explain you about a very important concept, that is a rule of universal specification. What is that rule of universal specification? Give you a 1 second time. Just think about that. If an open statement becomes true for all replacements by the members in a given universe, then open statement is true for each specific individual members in that universe. What is that? Example, this is a universe U which contains elements, example it is A to Z. Okay, suppose, okay, so on A to Z, suppose I am taking a proposition, okay, P of X is true, which is available in this universe, then P of A should be true, P of B should be true, P of C should be true. So it says very clearly, okay, each members it should be true. Please carefully observe this carefully. General example through I explain you, so that concept will be very clear to you. Suppose we are making a computer science on uniform, then that uniform is applicable to third semester, fifth semester, seventh semester, even you, because all the members in that universe it's applicable. But the thing is that member should be in that universe. Same way he says, if open statement becomes true, open statement I am taking P of X which is true, then it should be true for all the elements in that universe. Like it should be true for P of A. If P of X is true means it should be true for P of A. It should be true for P of B. It should be true for P of C. So that it should be true for all the elements in that universe. Each specific individual members in that universe it should be true. Next one, okay, applying these rules we solve this. This is a 5 to 7 marks question. They have given a statement, X is a mathematics professor, X has studied calculus. So I write these two statements like first one is a M of X, where X represents a mathematics professor. Then C of X, X represents a mathematics professor, where, okay, C of X says very clearly he studied calculus. Now they have given first statement, all mathematics professors have studied calculus. Leona is a mathematics professor, so you have to prove therefore Leona has studied calculus. How do you prove these things? Carefully observe this. They have given two statements. They have given mx is nothing but a mathematics professor, c of x is nothing but studied a calculus. Now the given statement, this is a 7 marks question. Given a statement you can write it in the form of symbolic forms. First one is all mathematics professors have studied calculus. Says very clearly mathematics professor is nothing but m of x. Studied calculus is nothing but c of x. All mathematics professors studied calculus. In other words, if he is a mathematics professor, he should have studied calculus. Then implies m of x implies c of x. But word he has used all. So I write like this. All mathematics professors studied calculus. First symbolical form I have written. Please carefully observe this. He has clearly written all mathematics professors have studied calculus. Means if he is a mathematics professor, he should have studied calculus. Okay, write this symbolic form. All what is the you write the symbolic form of all. Okay, all x I can write it. Next, okay, second statement, Leona is a mathematics professor. Leona is nothing but in this universe one element I am taking. So I can write mathematics professor is m of x they have given. Leona is a mathematical professor. I can write m of L. L stands for Leona. Second statement I can write m of L. Therefore Leona has studied calculus. Professor studied calculus, I am writing C of x. Leona studied calculus, I write C of L. C of L. So I write the first statement is all mathematics professors this way. Yeah, I can write all mathematics professors studied calculus. Second one is okay. Leona is a mathematics professor. Now I have to prove that Leona has studied calculus. I have to prove this. How can I prove this? Simple. Okay. First, they have given these two premises. This is true. Premise 1, this is true. Premise 2, this is true. I have to prove this. This is a C of L. Okay. Or in another words, Leon has studied calculus. I have to prove this. First one, wait. Yeah. First one he has given okay premises. All m of x implies c of x premises m of L. That is nothing but okay m of L. Leon as mathematical professor premises. Now carefully observe this. Okay, these two premises are true. This all okay first statement. All m of x implies c of x. Okay, can be by the law of rule of universal specification. This is true for this means this should be true for m instead of x L is the m of L implies C of L. It should must be true because that's called rule of universal specifications. So instead of x if I write L it should be true. So m of L implies C of L. Now carefully observe these two sentences. So this is a premises now. M of L, this is a premise, true. M of L is true. Then he has given M of L implies C of L. This is a rule of specification true. We have taken instead of X, I have taken as L. So we have studied this is true because that's called rule of universal specification. If it is true for X, it should be true for L. So when it is true, previous one I have taken M of L is true. This is a premise. M of L implies C of L. This is true. No doubt C of L should be true because this statement please carefully watch. Carefully watch the statement correctly. M of L is true. M of L implies CL is true. So this I am writing this M of L implies C of L. Okay, where the whole statement is true and M of L is true. If second statement CL is false, whole statement won't become true. So it should be true. Then only it implies because rule you know that true implication rule you know that things first statement is true second statement is false then only false. So here the same thing happened. Okay, this is true last statement is also true, it should not be false, then only that is correct. So it will be true only. So C of L is true. Please carefully watch that things. Only these four steps you have to write. Writing these steps you get a marks. First writing in this equation form, that's very important. Wait, writing the given statement in the equation form is very important. After writing that things, writing these things very important. Given mx implies cx and m of l, this given the premises true, okay, always true. Writing this you can get marks. Just use instead of X, replace it by L because it's called universal specification. If it is true for all the universe. So when I say M of L implies C of L, because they have given M of L is true, premise is already true, this already true. M of L implies CL, that is also true. No doubt this is true, final answer is true, CL should be true. If it is false, answer won't become true. Already it is true, premises. So C of L should be true. Okay. Next one. Next example, they have given another example. For an example, these things. Okay, P of t he has taken two sides of equal length. Q of t he has taken association triangle. This is equal measures. Okay, now you have to prove that. Okay, if a triangle is no pair angles equal to minus RC because pair angles he has taken as RC. Okay, no pair angles he has taken as RC. Okay, so this is minus RC. Please try to understand this. Okay, this question is consider these points. Consider these points P of t, two sides of equal length, Q of t as isosceles triangle, R of t as a two angles of equal measures. Now what I have to prove? I have to prove that things. We have to prove therefore the triangle has no two sides of equal length. We have to prove these things. He is asking that things. So given question we write in the syntax format. Given the equations we know P of t is t has two sides of equal length, Q of t is nothing but isosceles triangle, R of t is two angles of equal measures. Two angles of equal measures. Now in the triangle XYZ there is no pair of angles equal measures. No pair angle equal measures. RC is equal measures minus RC is or negation of RC is no equal measures. If a triangle has two sides of equal length then it's isosceles. Two sides of equal length P of t, isosceles is Q of t, then if P of t then Q of t. P of t then Q of t. This is for all. So you use the word all. Then if a triangle is isosceles Q of t, then it is for the two angles of equal measures implies R. Yeah, if triangle says isosceles is Q, then two sides of equal measures R. So it's for all. So use the word all, this one. Okay. Therefore triangle has no two sides of equal length. Sides of equal length. Please observe this thing. Sides of equal length. What you have taken P. No sides of equal length is minus P. So we have to prove this. We have to prove this. They have given in the word format. We have to prove this. How do you prove that thing? Simple. Given equations first write down. P of t implies Q of t premises. Then instead of t universal specifications, what I do? Change it as C. P of C implies Q of C. That is true because if it is replace universal specification instead of t, if I specify C, it should be perfect. Then next what is given? Q of t implies RT premises. You change it. Q of C implies R of C because instead of t if we make C it should be correct. Now the question comes, how solving comes. P of C, please carefully observe. P of C implies Q of C. Okay. Then Q of C implies R of C. R of C. Okay, please wait. Now P of C implies Q of C. Q of C implies R of C. Directly you can write P of C implies R of C. It is nothing but A implies B, B implies C. Wait. It is in the format of, wait. It is in the form of A implies B, then B implies C, then no doubt A implies C. Directly I can write. Okay, same thing. P implies Q, Q implies R, then P of C implies Q of RC. Directly I can write. It's called syllogism. Then please carefully observe. Another premise they have given. This I solved as this one. Another premise what they have already given minus RC. Already they have given that one. So minus RC. These two, if I consider in my mind, these two premises are true. Okay, minus RC is object only these two. P of C implies R of C. This is true. And okay, minus R of C is true. There's given premises. This only fifth and sixth I'm concentrating. True. Minus RC is true. So RC should be false. When RC, yeah, minus RC is true, carefully observe. Minus RC is, okay, this is a, okay, please carefully observe. Negation of RC is true, so RC should be false. Okay, so if final output is true, this is false. If first one is, please carefully observe, first one is true. Please carefully observe. Wait. Only concentrate here, please wait. Wait. Only concentrate here. Just okay, wait. Yeah. 2 seconds, just concentrate here. Step 5 and step 6. Step 5 is clear to you because instead of P of T, he has made P of C. No doubt, no problem. Q of T has made Q of C. Then instead of transaction rule, A implies B, B implies C. Directly is written A implies C. P of implies C. P, C, P of C implies R of C. Okay, that is true. We have taken. Then given statement is true. Okay. Now please carefully observe. Minus RC is true. He has given that one. And his whole equation P of C implies R of C I consider as whole equation true. Where minus RC is true means RC should be false. So no doubt. Suppose it becomes P of C becomes true, whole answer will become false. But whole answer is true means it should be false. P of C should be false. So minus P of C. Observe this carefully. Minus P of C. Suppose if it is not minus P of C, suppose P of C should be okay. Yeah. Carefully observe the things. Yeah, P of C should be false, then minus P of C should be true. So this should be minus P of C. Like this way, you have to solve this. All the best.